Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is basically just helping you on the best way to journal your trading. This is the way I do it. You don't have to follow it, you can do it your own way, but this is the way that's helped me manage the psychology part. Not so much the money part, but mainly the mindset. So you can go back and look how to improve on the next day or the next trade. In general, you can look back, if you do it for 5 years, you can look back on it. You could hand it down to someone to look through it and to obviously follow in your path. There's a few ways you can do this. I know a lot of people do it on the computer. That's the way I'm going to be switching to soon. I'm going to be documenting on like Google Documents. But when I first started around 8 to 9 months ago now, I think, I basically bought 2 different types of journals, which I'm going to show you in a minute. One is just a normal paper journal where I just write down my emotions, what I done that day, what I done in the morning, just everything really, because everything you do through the day is going to affect how you work when you go into the markets. That's the way I believe anyway. So yeah, first of all, I'm going to show you my first journal I bought. You can buy these anywhere. Just a black journal. I bought this in like a supermarket for like £15 or something. There was nothing in it already. This is where I journal my emotions, all the knowledge I've learned. So if I watch a video or I go onto a live course or something, not a live course, sorry, a live call with someone I watch is free. I write down everything he says, all the information that I have got from all different people I've learned from. So yeah, basically it's just a normal journal, as you can see. First of all, I wrote down on here, you won't be able to see it. Yeah, you can't see it. Let me see if, well, basically what it is a speech bubble pipeline, as you could say, I don't know what you would call it, of basically everything I want to achieve. I think I've got it written down somewhere properly. You can't really see it on here and I haven't got a light, sorry. Also, as you can see here, I have printed off charts. So let me take this out for you. You don't have to do this. I just done this at the beginning so I can look back and just obviously, if I get stuck on something, I can go back on the past tense and obviously check everything I've done. So I printed these charts off here. As you can see, I don't know if you can see them very well. I basically printed this off, I think it was last year now. And I just marked like resistance, support. I wrote where I would put entries. As you can see here, you can see higher highs, lower highs, lower lows. And what this does basically is, I don't use it now obviously because I sort of know what I'm doing. But what this helped me with was, if there was something going on in the charts and I got confused, I would go back and look at this, and then it would then give me a brief idea of what's going on, so what I'm going to be doing going forward with the trade I'm going to be taking. I don't think many people do this, but like you can see here, I wrote the line here and it said broke support zone, so I knew if it broke this lower low, I could have entered a sell here, and then I could have taken it all the way down, and then once we built another lower high, I could have exited that trade and that would have been profit. And then the same here, where we had a higher high and we broke here. I didn't mark that though, but you can get the idea of what I mean. I just got some here of when we were in uptrend on gold. I've got some I haven't even marked out. I just printed them off. I might use them in the future or something, but yeah, this is my main one, like I say, so I just journaled that. Also, when I first started learning, a good thing to do is to draw out all the trends. So like here we've got it ranging, so this would be a no trade zone. We've got an uptrend, a downtrend. I wrote stuff for like finding trends, just loads of tips and stuff. Same here, I just wrote a load of stuff like that. So basically I wrote down a load of chart patterns, when the market's open, the schedule I want to do. Yeah, just basically everything you can think of I wrote down. So I don't really use this anymore as I know what an uptrend is and everything now. But it did help me in the beginning because I could remember. I did start to journal all my trades I was making, so my profit, my lot size, where I sold at, where I bought, how much I paid, my balance after starting. And obviously you can see some more here, so like the 4 hour, 1 hour, swing lows, swing highs, if you trade that way obviously. So yeah, basically this journal is for, well, you can see here, look, it's just loads. I got loads of pages in here, and this is stuff just took me hours and hours. You don't have to go this deep into it. I was just obsessed with learning the best way I could. I also write, so let me show you, find a page. So here, obviously I got some like candle patterns and things. You don't really need to do that though. But like here is where I first started journaling my emotions. So I wrote what I bought, trades I took, how many trades, emotions, successful trade, yes and no. And then I also put a description of how the week went. So obviously on here I wrote Monday I entered trade as it broke my alerts with bullish momentum, held trade till Tuesday at 15:70 p.m. It hit my take profit. I made the profit I wrote on there. I wrote down how I felt, so I was happy but I was scared. So because I was scared, that sort of indicated me then for the week after that I sort of wasn't fully trusting my setup. Because if you trust your setup and you actually trade like now, you shouldn't be scared. Everyone's going to be a bit on edge and stuff, but if you're bringing emotions like that into your trade, then that should indicate you that it's not the right setup for you in a way. Although there is some people out there who probably do get scared all the time. So yeah, you basically just want to journal how your day went. So what I would do now is I would write out on a page. So I would write what asset I'm trading, the lot size, the price, but none of that actually really matters because at the end of the day, that's just the profit you're making. What really matters is your emotions. So what I would be doing now if I was to start again is I would be writing everything I've done right on the day and everything I've done wrong. And if it was a successful trade or if it wasn't, I would then go back to when I do my next trade, I would write down. So for example, let's say I lost the trade, okay? And that day I was feeling anxious, I was angry, I don't know, I had some personal problems going on and the trade failed, I got upset. I would then go to my journal and I would write down everything that went wrong that day. And then the next day I would reflect on what happened. So say something bad happened in my personal life, I would know next time then when I'm going to look for a setup or a trade, I wouldn't be entering if I had any sort of personal problems going on. And it's the same for if you get a trade successfully. So if I was to have a successful trade, I would then journal what I'd done that morning and everything leading up to that setup. So say, I don't know, I woke up early, I did not check my phone, which is a good one. I went outside, got some sunlight, went for a walk, had water before anything else, like coffee and stuff. So your mind is mentally prepared before you enter the markets. And then when you sit down and you get into that setup and say you won that trade, you know then to keep working on those good things and keep it consistent then, because that will help you on your edge and trading. I think a lot of people miss the journaling and they just go straight for the money, which journaling is a massive part of trading, I think, because if you're failing and you don't know why, you're sort of just gambling then. So I'm at the point now where I don't really journal. I do now and then, but I know what I had to work on. Like, I've done it for a while now, so I sort of know what's good for me and what isn't. Like this week I haven't taken a trade because I know the markets aren't moving well. I've had something going on in my personal life, so for me it doesn't feel right getting into a trade. So I have just been watching this week basically and just making content. So yeah, get yourself a journal with nothing in it. Write down your goals, everything you want to work towards, and like I say, journal your trades, your emotions, how the day went, and yeah, then you can then start proceeding on working on what makes you better as a trader and what makes your edge better. Then you can worry about the profits and everything else. So that's the first journal. I hope I made sense. I'm pretty new to making content about trading, so bear with me if I'm sounding not the best, but yeah. This is my second journal, so it's actually a trading journal now. You can get these anywhere. I think I got this on Amazon. I can put the link below. I can send you the link if anyone in the comments is wondering. You have 109 pages. It lasts for 2 years, so they give you a nice message in there. I think it's 2025 to 2026, so I've got this now for the rest of the year. They give you a little intro example of how you would log your trades here. So this is specifically for trading. It's not like the journal where you can just like write whatever you want and stuff. Trading strategy. So I wrote my strategy in here. I'll be making a video on my strategy and everything soon. I sort of just want to get to the basics of the things that are actually important first, that you need to work on before you start worrying about profits and stuff. You've got trading profit goals here. So obviously I started in 2025. The first few months I didn't make any money because I wasn't trading. My October goal, I wanted to make $5,000. I made over that. I made 5,664. So I was quite happy with that. But obviously if you go back and watch me on Twitter and stuff, you know that I went through a stage where I blew my accounts and stuff. So yeah. Here I've just wrote uptrends and down, what an uptrend is, what a downtrend is. So you can just sort of like, helps you, like say here, this is ranging, this is an uptrend and a downtrend, where the supports, resistance and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the main part though of the journal. So let me find a good example for you. Here we go. This is a good example. So as you can see on these pages here, they give you everything you need to log your trade, so you don't have to write yourself. So on here you've got the date, the buy and sell, you've got the name of the asset, this ticker symbol, the type, the quantity I bought, so 0.3 lot, the net gain, the cost and the average cost. Buy and sell, so obviously it was a sell. The total profit I made was 2,517. I think I was down 1,500 that month as well, or that week, sorry. I wrote here, so you got information notes. This was on November the 5th, 2025. I had rules, so I wrote my rules here. So 1 to 2 setups a week only. No moving my stop loss down, only up to like break even or profit. And no trading in work, because obviously when I was in work, I wasn't fully focused on the market. And I was just, that's one thing I noticed is when I was in work and I was trading as well, it was like getting in between, so I wasn't fully focused. I mean, it can work if you go on your break. If you're on a break, do it, but not while you're working, which you shouldn't be doing anyway. But the capital I started with, the total at the end of the week, price week start, so it was the price of gold. This was when gold was at 3,986. The weekly goals, so build my account to 2,500, no rush trades. And then obviously another goal was withdraw some profits, which I've done. Was it a successful trade? Yes and no. And then here I was writing how much I was up and how much I was down. So I was up 2,500, then I was down 1,500. And obviously you can tell that was due to over trading. So then I could have taken this over to my other journal, wrote all the emotions down and stuff in my other journal. And then I knew then for the week after I could have worked on this. So basically what this is just to log your rules, your profits, your lot size, your gains and stuff like that. Then you can take this over to your other journal with nothing in it and obviously write your emotions, what you've done right, what you've done wrong. So yeah guys, that's basically it. I hope it made sense to you. Like I say, I'm new to this stuff, new to making trading videos. It's my third video now. I would recommend doing this, printing off a chart, print off a trade that you have won and print off a trade you have lost. Sit back, mark it. So just print it with nothing on it, and then you can obviously get yourself different colored pens and write stuff on here. No, and not everyone needs to do this, but like I say, I was like so obsessed with learning trading, and I still am, to be honest. There's still a lot for me to learn. Like I say, I don't trade every week. I'm mainly a swing trader. I am, while gold and silver's a bit stagnant at the moment, I am sort of learning other assets now, like oil, stocks and stuff, like companies. I do want to get into long-term investments more, but for now I will be day trading. Like I say, you don't have to pay as much as I did for this. You could probably get one for £5 or dollars or whatever, and then obviously you can get this. You could do all of this on your normal journal, but I just found it less confusing having all of it in here and in here, whereas this is my journal for basically everything. Like I write all my business plans, my goals and stuff in here, and then this can just be for my trading. You will have to get a new one of these every 2 years though, so at the end of the year I'll be getting another one of these. Well, to be honest, I haven't really been using this. I sort of bought, like I said, because I was just obsessed with learning trading at one point. This is where I write pretty much everything now. My daily checklist, my trading, everything. So yeah guys, I think that's it for this video. If you did like it, please make sure to like and subscribe. If you got any tips for me, let me know in the comments so I can improve these videos for you. This is sort of me obviously helping other traders and people looking to get into trading, but I'm obviously still learning myself. So this is obviously another journal for me. So I'm journaling my come up as a trader. So hopefully one day you can see me become profitable and maybe full-time. I will be doing other content in the future, but for now I just want to journal my trading, and obviously people can then watch me where I've gone wrong and they can learn from my problems, because at the end of the day there's a lot of, obviously people know there's a lot of fraud traders out there, and I think a lot of people are falling for it, but I just want to be fully transparent and real. So you'll get a lot of transparency from me when I have a loss, my feelings. So if I have a bad day which really affects me, I will literally make a video and show you, so you get the full reality of trading, because I don't think it's shown a lot. So yeah guys, I hope this was good and it helps you. I will keep you up to date on Twitter. If you want to follow me, go to @JacobPetchTrades or Jacob Petch, the same logo as my YouTube. You can keep up to date with me there. I'm posting daily on there. I'll also be posting more to YouTube. So yeah, I hope to see you in the next one guys, and thank you.